A little bit about Sheriff Halston and what his mindset is at the outset of the series.
Well, Sheriff Holston is the sheriff of the silo. His job is to maintain order in the silo. The silo is an environment, 144 floors underground with 10,000 people occupying it. And it's a fairly fragile community. That many people having to coexist together, especially in an environment where the past is something that is being kept from the present because of a rebellion that happened at some point during the silo's existence. So, as I say, it's very fragile, and he is someone who is there to kind of not only monitor what's happening from a lawful perspective, but questions being asked, and the real challenge kicks in when his wife, as played by Rashida Jones, is one of the people asking some very difficult questions.
So we see a moment where early in the first episode where she does start to ask some questions, not probing, but just a random sort of question. How do you think the sheriff views his wife, who obviously he's known for an extremely long time, the sort of shifts in her perspective? How do you think that he feels watching this sort of unfold?
Well, one of the things I really loved about the relationship as it plays out between Holston and Allison, as played by me and Rashida, is that they've clearly been married for a time. They have known each other for a while. And the very thing he loves about her is the thing that becomes challenging about her now that he's the sheriff. Her inquisitive, playful nature is why they fell in love. You really see that as we set up the relationship early on. But he now has this job to do in this environment that it is challenging within which to do it. It's one thing keeping the law and a law-abiding society outside of your home. But when it infiltrates your own home, that can become a little tricky. So as you say, it starts small and it mushrooms out, and the repercussions are pretty devastating.
So we know that we're going to go on a journey with Sheriff Holston, and he is going to experience a variety of emotions. For you, what was the trait or something unique about his personality or his story that attracted you to the role?
To be honest, it was his ordinariness that made him so attractive to me, because the backdrop of the story is so extraordinary. And to have a man as relatable as Holston, someone who just wants to start a family with his wife, someone who just wants to do a good job, someone who values the opportunity and the position he's been afforded, someone who's not there to try and abuse the power, but probably, if he's totally honest, recognizes that something is off. And is caught between a rock and a hard place. And I think all of those things are incredibly relatable. And I truly believe we go to stories to see ourselves reflected back to us. And so, for me, that was the thing that was most attractive about the character.